Hey everybody, it's Tracy again. It's been quite a number of months since I've made a video, and I am now at about 20 months off of topical steroids. I was very, very bad in the beginning for a number of months, and I'm sitting here in front of you without a shirt just so that you can see what I look like at this stage. I think that's really important for new folks to see that we do heal. This is something that I didn't really believe for a long, long time. I was like, I'm going to be like this forever. But we do. So as you can see, I don't have that red sleeve thing anymore. There's no real redness. There's no itching up here. I applied a lot of steroids to the arms, around the neck, the eyelids, the torso area. The torso especially was bad. The very sensitive areas, and if some of the early pictures of me, there's just raw and peeling and just horrible. So as you can see, those areas are completely cleared. Arms are completely cleared. I couldn't turn my neck at all. Of course now, neck is completely cleared. Something that I noticed earlier was that I would develop this, and most of us do, these very thick folds of skin on the knees and on the elbows, and very thick skin around the neck. They liken it to elephant skin. As we see, completely clear. So I know there's some old pictures that I had taken to show how it was just these horrible folds that made me look like I was 90 years old. But they're gone. So you do clear, and it does take some time. So this is just what I want to say, is that, here I am after all this time, feeling pretty normal, looking pretty normal, sleeping just fine, getting some sun. I think that's helpful in the later stages. Just worked out this morning. If anything, I might even be a little bit red because I just finished a workout. So might actually be looking a little bit more red than normal, but I don't think I do. That red coloration has dissipated. Before, people would stop me and ask me, wow, you must have been at the beach too long and got a bad sunburn. No sunburn. So at any rate, this is just what I want to say. We do heal, and it just takes time. So a couple things I want to mention is fingernails. If you're just starting out with this, have nail files all over the place and keep those nails filed down. The one issue that I've noticed, as we scratch very hard and we wear those nails down, but we wear those nails down more in the center than on the edges. And so what happens is that the nails kind of become concave, and you can develop these really sharp edges. And before you know it, you start scratching, and the next thing you've got just these like cat scratches, just torn skin because of those little sharp edges. So you want to always keep those filed down, and that'll really help. It'll help your mood especially, because when you go through this scratch trance, as we tend to call it, you don't realize what you're doing. You're just like, oh my gosh, this feels so good, I'm just going to keep doing it, and you're just watching yourself rip your skin apart, and you're quite happy to do it. It's a really bizarre phenomenon, and I've been through it many times, and I just couldn't stop. My wife would grab my hands, and I'm like, just leave me alone. So nails. So keep those filed down. Buy some very big ice packs, the biggest ice packs you can find. That really helps to alleviate the burning and the itching. I have my whole arms wrapped up with ice packs, and I would put them on my sides and lay on them just to try to get some relief. So that's going to be a help to you as well. So ice and keeping those fingernails filed down are really, really important. Find a caregiver. If you don't have a husband or a wife or a boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you, get somebody to help clean, to do your sheets, to give you food. You really do need that kind of support early on, because you don't want to be working. If you could at all possibly help it, leave of absence, or take a break from your business, whatever. But you do need some time to just be with yourself and relax, and read or play video games or whatever you do to try to distract yourself. But you don't want to be in any stressful situations. I think that stress really has a very negative impact on what we're trying to heal, which is the adrenal glands, especially because they've been compromised so much with the steroid use. And those stress hormones You know, they're in short supply. Our cortisol levels are lower, so we tend to get more red just because we don't have those natural cortisol components anymore, because we've been getting all this fake input from the topical steroids. So our adrenal glands say, no need to produce all that cortisol anymore to lower inflammation. So we stop the steroids. We don't have enough of our own cortisol. We flare the blood vessels that were clamped down so tightly when we were using the steroids. They just go wide open. So all that blood comes to the surface. We look incredibly red. We get chills because we're losing so much heat. You can just feel the heat radiating off of you. I'm sure if you're in the early stages of it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, you may need to, you know, be covered up in blankets. You know, I was just shivering and shaking, blankets all over me, and thought I had a fever, but I really didn't. It was just, I was just losing heat so rapidly because all of that blood was at the surface. But of course, all of that now has normalized. The blood vessels have gone back to normal. I don't have all the redness and the itching and the peeling anymore. And so I think that's just really important for someone like me to show you, is that you might be a total mess at 1 or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, but we all do heal, and it does take quite a long time to heal. So, but you are seeing the results. I'm pretty much normal, and I'm sure that, you know, I'm not naive enough to think that I'm not going to flare some more again in the future, but it's been many, many months since from here up I've had really any issues whatsoever. It's just been legs and ankles and the tops of my feet. So I think that with just that to deal with, it's slowly dying out, and those will be cleared at some point in the near future, I believe. So hang in there. It does take a lot of mental energy and a lot. This is just it's a psychological game. You've got to be as relaxed as possible. You've got to learn to breathe and perhaps meditate and do any kind of relaxation techniques that you can to help yourself along, because it's really, really critical that you stay as calm as possible and not let stress get into your life. And so this is why I suggest in the early stages, you just want to hang around. I didn't leave the house for the first 2 months. I felt so horrible and couldn't even imagine going out. But as that initial terrible wave of flare wore down, I was able to start getting out more. And so once you reach that period that you're actually able to get out, you're able to put on clothes and not feel so like you've got, you know, coffee sacks on you, then you'll be able to start accelerating that healing. You know, getting out and sweating, getting exercise, getting a little sun. Those are things that will come later on that you'll want to look at doing, because I personally feel like that helps heal the system. As soon as you can, get out and walk, get some light exercise. A bouncing motion sort of helps to get the lymphatic system stimulated again. Your lymphatic system is pretty much shut down. It's all backed up. This is why we swell. This is why there's all of this edema, this oozing that comes out. All of these are fluids and toxins and things that the body has to get rid of. And so this is really one of the reasons that, you know, why is this dewy, gooey stuff coming off on me? It's just that it's the only way that your body can get rid of this excess fluid and toxins, because your lymphatic system is not handling it like normal. Your kidney function could be a little compromised. So, you know, it's all of this combination together is the reason that we have this horribly awful set of symptoms. And I really can't describe it any other way, but the body is just completely constipated. We're not able to sweat. We're not able to eliminate any of that stuff through the skin, and so therefore it just blows out between the cells, and so you have this dewy, icky, slimy stuff that comes out. Very uncomfortable, very unpleasant. So once you get walking and that bouncing movement actually helps stimulate the lymph glands. It's known it helps Like I say, I'm not a doctor. These are my opinions. I've been through this, and I know what helps. So so consider what I'm telling you. Do what you feel like you have to do. See whatever doctor you feel like you have to see. But if I can impart anything on you, please, please, please don't go back to using topical steroids, because it's only going to set your timeline all the way back. It's just reset, and you're going to have to go through another long period of time before you're able to be clear like I am. So I hope it helps to show that actually we do clear up, we do heal, and it just takes a long time. So keep that in mind. Keep a positive attitude, breathe, and it's going to be all right. You're going to get through this. So I would also recommend, having a doctor that understands what you're going through, and that's going to be a rare find actually out there, because most dermatologists, especially, they do not subscribe to anything that I'm talking about. But I'm going to show my dermatologist that I am clear in the very near future, because last time I saw him was over a year ago, and he was just shaking his head like, man, this is not Dr. Rappaport. Of course, I've seen Dr. Rappaport as well, but my other dermatologist that was prescribing the steroids was just shaking his head. He's like, you really need to get back on these. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. So it's going to be a challenge to find a dermatologist who actually believes what we're saying here, and especially believes what Dr. Rappaport says. But through his 25, 30 years of experience, probably more, of seeing patients just like me, he's certainly determined that most of this adult bad body rash stuff is a result of the steroids. So if you've stopped and you're flaring and you're going through all of this, you're doing a good thing, because you're gonna clear. You're gonna look like this, probably a lot better. So take it a day at a time, because you never know, tomorrow you might feel a whole lot better than you feel today. And when you do feel really good, enjoy it. Go out, go take a walk, spend time with the people that you love. And anyway, I hope that's helped. And take it slow, relax, take it one day at a time, and you will heal. All right, I'll make another video, maybe another few months. All right, goodbye, good luck.